I've been told that staying inside for 4 weeks is unhealthy. I say, July released an unreasonable number of cozy games, and somebody had to deal with it. Seriously, this month was ridiculous. Today we're going through some of the biggest cozy releases from July. We're deciding which ones are worth your time and which ones maybe aren't. This definitely isn't every cozy game that came out this month, because we'd be here for the next 4 weeks. If you want the full list, you can find it over on Cozy Games DB. Anyway, let's get into it. Now, for some reason, this month my brain decided I was really into idol webtoons. I didn't even know that was a thing before. But now, I've read enough stories about fictional K-pop groups to last me a lifetime. So, you can probably see why I was pretty excited about K-pop Idol Stories Road to debut. You have to build an idol group from scratch. It's basically playing with dolls. Except the dolls have schedules, stats, and a whole budget to manage. Still, for how polished it looks, it feels incredibly rushed, especially in the ending. I hope they update it one day with more content, but right now it feels more like an early access release. Do you have any idea how many people have Crime Scene Cleaner marked as their comfort game on Cozy Games DB? You're all a bunch of weirdos. Thankfully, Forensics Crime Scene Detective is a little less graphic. You're collecting fingerprints, processing DNA, digging through digital evidence, basically doing all the forensic work needed to build a case that actually holds up. It's a really interesting concept, but the pacing started to lose me after a while. The tutorials won't let you skip ahead. You can only carry one item at a time, and once a case has more than a couple of suspects, all the fingerprint analysis starts feeling more like busy work than detective work. Farlands is Stardew Valley, but set in space. You move to a planet you bought for cheap and start your new life. Being able to hop between planets keeps the exploration side from getting stale. Something that sometimes happens to me with farming games. The core idea isn't anything revolutionary, but the space setting gives it enough of its own identity that it doesn't just feel like a reskin. I still think it would have made more sense as an early access release, because it feels like there's room for more polish and content. But if you're looking for a classic farming game with a different setting, it's still a fun one. I really like Rogue Duck interactive games. They all look the same, they are all extremely repetitive, but that's kind of the point. They remind me of those old Flash games. Simple, colorful, and pretty much devoid of any substance. In Nothing to Declare, you work as airport security. You scan bags, interrogate passengers, and decide who gets through. It's basically Papers, Please, but cute, and without the dramatic backstory. It's just a fun little game to play while listening to a podcast. If airport security isn't really your thing, how about opening a sushi restaurant instead? Everything I just said about Rogue Duck interactive games also applies to Ugoku Sushi Bar. You run a conveyor belt sushi restaurant. You make sushi, serve customers, wash dishes, you get the whole experience. You could give me 100 games like this, and I'd happily play every single one of them. The small-town postal worker life is quickly becoming one of my favorite escapist fantasies. Usually, you'd be riding around on a Vespa, through cobblestone streets, delivering mail. But in Cat Mail Co., you run the actual post office. You sort letters and packages at your own pace. I really enjoyed it. It quickly became one of those games I open when I need something to do with my hands, while my brain is busy with something else. I haven't tried the co-op yet, but it looks like it could be really fun. It's a good, simple game. I remember playing this one in VR, sitting on the floor of my brother's first apartment, so I was curious to see if it would still have the same charm without the headset. Surprisingly, it does. Quill the mouse is still incredibly easy to get attached to. And the puzzle platforming works, even without the VR. I do think some of the original magic came from that feeling of being inside this tiny fairy tale world, and I noticed that missing a couple of times. But it never took away from the experience. As a flat-screen game, it's still a really charming little fairy tale adventure. Go-Go Town left early access this month, And it's a good excuse to talk about it. You're the hands-on mayor of a town that's much more of a fixer-upper than the job description made it sound. You build streets, open businesses, manage everything yourself, and eventually automate a lot of it, so you can focus on making the town look exactly how you want. I actually watched my boyfriend play this one, and the fact that he restarted twice in the same week is probably the biggest compliment he could give it. That's how I know he was really enjoying it. Thinking about how this game was made blows my mind. Every character in Scarlet Deer Inn was embroidered by hand before being turned into game assets, and you can actually see it when they move on screen. It's set in a medieval world, which you can see in the village and the landscapes. The game feels a bit like reading an interactive, dark medieval folk tale, with mostly exploration and a few platforming sections. The art completely biased me. And I'm not even sorry. I think when something is that clever and requires that much effort, it deserves to be recognized. The Incident at Galley House is a detective game set in 1936, and it's probably one of my favorite mystery games I've played this year. You have this device that lets you replay echoes of the past, and piecing together what actually happened at Galley House is just really satisfying. The note-taking system is probably my favorite part. Being able to highlight dialogue and pin your own theories makes you feel like you're actually building the case, instead of just clicking through scenes. The voice acting also adds a lot to the atmosphere. Moonlight pics had a lot of hype before release, and I think it actually lived up to it. I ended up liking it a lot. One thing I noticed pretty quickly is that it's much more relaxed than a lot of farming sims. Usually I feel like I'm constantly behind in these games, with requests piling up and days ending before I've done half of what I wanted to do. In Moonlight Peaks, I never really had that feeling. It also reminded me of Animal Crossing a lot, which I didn't expect. The characters are fun, the story moves along nicely, and overall, it's just a really good farming sim. Okay, I'm still playing this one. I actually can't wait to finish this video so I can get back to it. I feel like I'm very close to solving the second chapter. All detective grimoire games share the same things. They're beautifully illustrated, they're funny, they have the most original and unhinged cast of characters, and the stories are always super interesting. The Mermaid mask isn't any different. I will say the puzzles themselves felt a little gentle if you've played a lot in this genre already, but the atmosphere more than makes up for it. Every single line of dialogue is voiced. The music builds up this ethereal atmosphere. It's a beautiful game. Highly recommended. And that's it for July's cozy releases. There were way more games than I could fit in one video. So, if you want to see everything that came out this month, you can find them all on Cozy Games DB. Let me know which game you picked up this month. And I'll see you in the next one.